everybody, and thank you so much for that fantastic music. It is a pleasure to be with you tonight. For the people that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, and there are a lot of you, my name is Jennifer Schlueter, and I'm honored to serve as the new Dean and Director of The Ohio State University at Marian. I joined the campus community recently, and I'm truly excited to be part of such a passionate and dedicated group of students, faculty, staff, and supporters here in Marian and across the broader Ohio State system. On behalf of The Ohio State University at Marian, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 54th Annual Academic Recognition Program. Tonight, we celebrate excellence, dedication, and achievement across our campus community. This is one of our most cherished traditions, a time to recognize the outstanding academic accomplishments of our students, honor the contributions of our faculty and staff, and thank our community supporters whose commitment makes so much of our work possible. This evening also marks the 67th academic year of the Marian campus, and each year we are reminded that our strength lies not only in our history, but also and especially in the talent and the potential of the people that we will celebrate tonight. I would like to begin by offering a sincere thank you to all the faculty, staff, and volunteers who work behind the scenes to make this event and frankly all of the events of this amazing week possible. Your dedication and spirit are felt throughout the celebration. And before we begin our formal program, we pause to acknowledge the members of our campus community who have retired or who have passed in the last year. Their names and photos are displayed on the screen, and we honor their legacies and the lasting impact that they made on our campus. We also want to take a moment to recognize the students who participated in our earlier graduation celebration this afternoon. If you're here tonight and you have earned your associate or your bachelor's degree, please stand so that we may congratulate you once again. Whether you are a student, a parent, a faculty member, a family member, a donor, or a community partner, tonight is a reminder of the power of education and the importance of lifting up those who strive to achieve. Our hope is that this ceremony not only celebrates accomplishments, but also inspires others to reach for their own milestones. And while you are here, we of course invite you to stop by the Wade and Geraldine Boone Fine Arts Gallery in Morrill Hall right out there to view our latest exhibit, Sustainability Stories, Minding and Mending Our Ways, Moving Towards an Intentional Future, was curated by some of our amazing folks on this campus. This powerful collection, which opened April 4th and runs through September 2025, explores themes of sustainability, resilience, and hope. The exhibit is free and open to the public, and so if we want you to be sure to stop in, be sure to experience it for yourself. But it is now my pleasure to introduce to you your MC for the evening, someone who we know brings heart and humor and energy to this event, Amy Tibbles, Senior Lecturer, English. Amy, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Dean Schlueter. I appreciate that. And once again, welcome to this evening's program, where we are going to recognize some of our finest and brightest accomplished students this evening. So this evening is where we publicly recognize our students for their commitment to education and hard work, and to celebrate their academic achievements. In other words, students, this is your night to shine. Take a minute, students, and look around the room and recognize all of those who are here to applaud your accomplishments. From the deans, trustees, faculty, and staff, to your family, fellow students, and friends, you are surrounded by people who are proud of your achievements and are here to celebrate you. And if anyone would like to take pictures of your student during this ceremony, please feel free, but consider without the flash, please. All right. So now, you would think that since we're celebrating, that all the hard work was done. The reality is that we are down to the important final crunch time in this semester. You know, exams. and papers and projects. Oh my. And while those things just help move you on down the road to your academic journey, it's just important that we stop and recognize the hard work you've already done. And so tonight we honor you, the progress you have made, and the achievements you have earned. A job well done. So on behalf of the OSU faculty here at Marian, those of us who have watched you learn and grow in our classrooms and beyond, we are very proud of you and of your accomplishments. Tonight we will see the evidence of many of the strengths of our Marian campus: the pursuit of excellence in academics and scholarship, the drive to achieve our goals, and the spirit of our culture of caring. But right now, we get to enjoy the work of some of our Marian students who have devoted learning music in their Music 2202.03 University Chorus course. And so please welcome our Marian Campus Chorus performing Anyway, arranged by Greg Gilpin, under the direction of Savannah Anderson, accompanied by Gary Flack.
Spend your whole life building something from nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away. Build it anyway. You can chase a dream. It seems so out of reach, and you know it might not ever come your way.
small but mighty chorus, right? Yeah. Wonderful. Well, to begin our awards, I would like to introduce Leslie Berry and Dawn Hawkinsmith to present the Student Club Leadership Award.
As she said, my name is Dawn Hawkinsmith, and even though this is the 53rd award ceremony, this is my first. Since I joined the university last fall, I am the activities coordinator in the Alder Student Center. The Student Leadership Club Award recognizes students on the Marion campus who have gone above and beyond as leaders involved in student clubs. This award considers how the student has engaged the campus community with clubs, impactful campus projects, and how clubs have improved the lives of Marion campus students.
Good evening. I'm Leslie Berry from the Office of Student Life and the Counseling and Wellness Center. And just need to take a quick pause because thank you so much for that beautiful music. The song was unbelievable and the message just on point for tonight. So thank you so much for that. While we are primarily focusing on the academic excellence of our students tonight, we do want to recognize the positive impact that student involvement on campus has on academic performance, cognitive development, well-being, and leadership skills. The student selected for the Student Club Leadership Award is described by her club advisors as someone who is conscientious and organized. This student took the initiative to schedule club events, orient new club members, and organize a group chat to improve communication. Her internship advisor shared that she approaches her work with positive exuberance. As a leader in the Psychology Club, the PALS program, and a social media intern from the Communications Office, this year's winner is Cassidy Noble. And now please welcome Katie Rask to present the Environmental Citizenship Award.
Hello, can you all hear me? Okay, so the Environmental Citizenship Award has been created at the Ohio State University of Marion, and it is presented by the Prairie Advisory Committee, and it is designed to recognize Marion students who demonstrate a commitment to environmentally related causes. For his work at our campus Native Prairie, for his efforts to build, and ongoing efforts, I should say, to build and foster a beehive on campus, and his enthusiasm for the environment during his many class projects, we're very happy to present this award to Todd Lee.
Hello everybody. I'm going to introduce the World Language Award. The World Language Award was created by the Foreign Language Faculty of the Ohio State University at Maryland in order to recognize students who have demonstrated outstanding ability in languages other than English. The students who have enrolled in on-campus language courses are chosen for this award based on their academic performance, grade point average, and participation in extracurricular activities related to the learning of second language culture. This award was founded with the Ohio State Marion Body Honor Fund, which recognizes the generosity of the late Robert and Marilyn Rabbit, in whose names the scholarship fund was established. The recipient in each language will receive a $100 award applied to this semester. During the 2024-2025 academic year, American Sign Language and Spanish were taught at the Medical campus. The winners should come to the stage when their names are announced. This year, the nominees are, in Spanish, Yuri Tawador and ABC. In American Sign Language, Sam Mosley and Cindy Mary Sullivan. The winners are, in American Sign Language, Cindy Mary Sullivan. Last semester, when I got Spanish 11 offer, I had a fantastic group of students. They were all winning. I had 100% attendance. Nobody missed class, that's it. Thank you. But there was one student who shined in the 14 weeks. Not only because she was enthusiastic, highly dedicated to learning Spanish, and extremely generous when it came to organizing activities for the Spanish class. But because it was a pleasure having in class someone who was always eager to participate. And always with a smile on her face. This year, the Spanish award goes to my dear student, Yuri Tawador. Now I have the pleasure to introduce my colleague, Sue.
The Digital Media Composition Award is given annually to what is deemed to be the best nominated piece of digital media production by a student. We consider work done both in classes and extracurricular contexts, and we consider a wide range of formats, including website design, audio production, video production, etc., etc. Nominees are determined by a panel of judges who are unaffiliated with Ohio State Marion. And the winner of this year's Digital Media Composition Award is Carson Creasy for his parody trailer. For his parody trailer of the Robert Eggers film The Lighthouse, a project he completed in conjunction with Professor Brenda Clarkle's Digital Media Symposium course last semester, autumn of 2024. And we're going to play it for you, I understand. So whoever's in charge of technology.
You don't like people? Oh, don't be such an old bitch! I'll go to weekend on this rock. My feet.
Mr. Ralph Howard and Mrs. Joanne Howard Hoffman. Recipients receive a financial award of $200, which is applied to this semester's tuition. Each student also receives a book chosen by the faculty who selected them as award winners. The award winner is Jason Sunil Collins. English 11-1002 honors first year writing composition. Instructor, yours truly. And he wins the book, A Global History of Architecture by Francis E. Page. I will also announce now the S.D. LaShawn Literary Award. The S.D. LaShawn Literary Award is presented to outstanding students who have participated in the Ohio State Marion Literary Awards competition. Students are recognized for their creative writing achievements in predetermined categories: fiction, nonfiction, and poetry, and chosen by judges who are published writers outside of the Ohio State Marion community. Winners receive a $100 award, which will be applied to their tuition. The lyric prize for a poem is Eliza Luan Rodriguez's Which You Come Out. Eliza's poetry shows an admirable command of metaphor, in one case linking the phoenix of classical myth with the golden eagle from the Mexican coat of arms. Her lyrical voice is both ethereal and direct, as we can see in the first stanza of her title poem. I wish that I wasn't an ethnicity to be checked off to scribble out of FAFSA, separate from Caucasian, Black, Alaskan, Native White Asian, majority of the minority in America, where the promised green equation derives with the promise of the community field NAFTA. Eliza's poem finishes with an impassioned shout of protest, the music of which lingers in the ear. My tongue is bruised and crossed by foot. I'll never truly savor We can all thank Eliza for once again demonstrating that poetry is always necessary to us human beings, that speaks to and from the heart about the pressing issues of our time. Honorable mention for poetry is also given to Jack Carton. Jack also has a poet soul. When I first met him, he was primarily a poet, although he's a fantastic fiction writer as well. But the packet that he submitted for this contest is quite impressive with a variety of poems at which he tries to sing, particularly his sonnets about classical antiquity. Now speak to the narrative. The S.D. LaShawn narrative goes to Jack Carton for the horns of the King. In the horns of the King Loire, Jack Carton's meditative story on revolution, propaganda, and truth-telling, an American photojournalist and spy, John Watkins, journeys to the killing fields of Cambodia in the late 1930s. Jack brings the two main characters, John and his handler, Jean Beau, vividly to life through his masterfully realistic and engaging dialogue. In the figure of the King Loire, Jack finds a powerful and any kind of metaphor to link the American and Cambodian cultural landscapes, and it also neatly contrasts the two major characters' perspectives on life's mystery. Each scene stays in mind because it's so visual, and the characters' interactions are crisp and memorable, especially later in tragic. I'll also make honorable mention of two further writers. The first one is Camden Bauer, who wrote a marvelous story called Dead Eyes, a classic Western genre gunfight story, told with a twist by the employment of multiple points of view. Each of the narrators They are so vividly portrayed that the world around them comes along as well. As a second honorable mention, I'll mention Kyle Howard for his story Solace, a science fiction tale about teenage outsiders in Maryland looking for the most meaningful way to spend their last few days of life on Earth before an anticipated asteroid strikes the planet. I don't want anybody to worry because there are superheroes in this story. So the town survives. A teenage superhero named Matthias saves all of humanity just as Bart normally does. This is a soulful and thought-provoking story of friendship, community, and sacrifice. And at that, I want to welcome your colleague, Kitsia Conrad, to the stage.
Thanks for introducing me, Dr. Wallace. My name is Kitsia Lemina, and I'm here to present the Babbage Writing Award. I was told by my colleague it's Babbage. The Babbage Writing Award is sponsored by the Honors Program through the generosity of Babbage Scholarship Fund. This fund was established in honor of the late Robert and Marilyn Babbage. This year's award is for the best paper written by a freshman and a sophomore. The award winner receives $250 towards their tuition for this semester. I would like to call upon the three winners for this award. Kai Dries for English 226, Arts of Persuasion, taught by Dr. Warren McCorkle. Next, I would like to call upon Jonah Michael Bodle for his paper in the biochemistry course 4511, Introduction to Biological Chemistry, taught by Dr. Renee Bowley. Last but not the least, I would like to call upon Hilary Nicole James for yet another paper from Introduction to Biological Chemistry, taught by Dr. Renee Bowley. I'm not going to forget her name now. I would like to call upon Dr. Renee Bowley to present the Biological Sciences Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Kitsia. It's my honor to present the Ohio State Marion Biological Sciences Award. This recognizes an outstanding junior or senior biology major currently enrolled at the Marion campus. The award recipient must demonstrate strong academic credentials, attaining at least a 3.5 grade-point average, evidence of out-of-class learning, and research experience in biology or other related fields. Also, evidence of outreach and community engagement in biology. The winner is chosen by the Marion Campus Biological Sciences faculty and receives $200 towards the semester of enrollment. This is made possible by the Marion STEM Scholarship Fund. We have several nominees for this, so when I call your name, I will just ask the nominees to just stand, and then I will call the winner after that. So the nominees are Wesley Bush, Cameron Mackey, Kirsten Daly, Brooklyn Mosher, Nicole Duff, Kate Ruff, Madeline Hartley, Lillian Schneider, Kateri Jane, Juliana Tron, So let's congratulate our nominees. And the winner of the Biological Science Award is Cameron Rose Mackey. I will also be presenting the Ohio State Marion Chemistry Award. This is presented to an outstanding chemistry student currently enrolled at the Marion campus. This recipient must have completed at least one chemistry course at the Marion campus in 2 consecutive semesters during the academic year. Recipients are selected by the Marion chemistry faculty, which is me and Dr. Yoder, based on a combination of criteria including, but not limited to, grade point average in chemistry classes, overall GPA, laboratory performance, work ethic, attitude, outstanding character, demonstration of independent thought, and interest in applications of chemistry beyond the classroom. The winner of this award will receive $200 toward the semester of enrollment, also made possible by the Marion STEM Scholarship Award. The applicant truly demonstrates all of these qualities and more, and I'd like to congratulate the winner, which is Kirsten Daly. Welcome to the stage Ruben Petraka to present the next award.
So I will present the Charles River Laboratory Award for Biology and Chemistry Research. The Charles River Laboratory Award recognizes student excellence in research, scholarship, and service to the Ohio State University and Marion campus and community. One student is granted this annual award sponsored by the Charles River Laboratory in Ashland, Ohio. Recipients of this award are full-time Marion students and have a minimum of 3.0 GPA. Eligible students have completed at least 2 semesters of research with a biology or chemistry faculty member, or completed 1 semester of research and are committed to a 2nd semester. Students are also required to present their research at the annual research symposium. On a personal note, I want to say that this awardee has been doing undergraduate research and also submitted a first article paper in an international peer-reviewed journal. The paper is currently under revision, and we hope that it will be published by the end of the summer. The awardee is Lillian Nicole Schneider. I'm here to also present the Andy Vick Biology and Chemistry Research Award. The Andy Vick Award for Biology and Chemistry Research recognizes student excellence in research, scholarship, and service to the Ohio State University and Marion campus and community. Recipients of this award receive $1,000 from the Marion STEM Scholarship Fund. Recipients must be full-time Marion students and have a 3.0 minimum grade point average. Eligible students have completed 2 semesters or more of research with a biology or chemistry faculty member, or completed 1 semester of research and are committed to a 2nd semester. Students also are required to present their research at the annual research symposium. And again, I want to emphasize that this awardee is highly active in undergraduate research, also presenting her work earlier at the undergraduate colloquium. The awardee is Madeline Elizabeth Hartley. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Eddie Mumford to present the Earth Science Award.
The Ohio State Marion Earth Science Award recognizes one student who has completed 2 of the following courses during the current academic year and who has shown exceptional aptitude and work ethic. Courses are Geology of the National Parks, Dynamic Earth, or Principles of Oceanography. Candidates may be enrolled in any academic program at the Ohio State University Marion. The recipient of this award is selected by the Marion Earth Sciences faculty. This year's recipient is Siddharth Suresh. So I would like to welcome Mirzai for presenting the William K. Davis Engineering.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to present William K. Davis Engineering Award tonight. The William K. Davis Engineering Award recognizes up to 3 students pursuing a degree in engineering and begin their college career at Ohio State Marion. Award recipients must be admitted to the College of Engineering, have completed all required prerequisites. Winners are selected by the Ohio State Marion Engineering faculty based on a combination of criteria: exceptional character, promise in the field of engineering, and grade point average. Thanks to the generosity of Mr. Ron Kramer, each award recipient receives $1,000 towards tuition. My colleagues and I look carefully at the reports of students who meet the award criteria. This year, we have selected 3 students to receive this award. Awardees, please come to the stage and announce your names. The first awardee is Gavin John Hamrick. Next, Tim McGuire. And next, Derek Joseph Violet. Now I would like to welcome my colleague, Dr. Jim Genova, to present the Oliver McKenzie History Award.
Good evening. Before I begin the History Awards, I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge my brother Zach Gesa, who's retiring. He's been at Marion for 40 years teaching Swahili and African-American studies, and has been a very dear colleague of mine, and as he would put it, a legend on this campus. So I give him the same message that he always gave me: keep up the struggle, brother. So the Award in History is given to the two students who have been recognized by their professors as writing the best paper in a lower division class and a best paper in an upper division history class. Recipients receive a $500 award made possible as a gift from Oliver E. Hamilton to buy as many eggs as the grocery store. The award for best paper or essay in a lower level history class, Africa in the pre-colonial era and the age of European conquest, written in History 2302, History of Modern Africa, 1800 to the 1960s, taught by me, goes to Jeffrey Allen Gossett. The award for the best paper in an upper level history class, The Rise and Legacy of the Fatimid Caliphate, written in History 3304, History of Islam in Africa, also taught by me, goes to Alishba Aisha Suleiman. Finally, the Oliver E. Hamilton History Award, awarded to the junior or senior history major with the highest grade point average. The recipient receives a $750 award, even more, made possible as a gift from Oliver E. Hamilton. The winner this year, she's planning to graduate this semester, and I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing at this time next year, because she wins these awards every year. So she is just, I think they're going to put a plaque up, maybe a statue up. Dallas Lauren White.
Like 2 eggs. Maybe 3.
At least when she's starting. Now I'd like to introduce my colleague, Marcus Herzberg, to present the Dan and Mildred Mitchell Education Endowment Scholarship.
Good evening. First established in 2017, the Dan and Mildred Mitchell Education Endowed Scholarship Fund provides awards for education majors attending the Ohio State University of Maryland. Recipients must be of sophomore rank or above and show particular promise as future educators. Awarded during the student teaching semester, this scholarship helps cover education program expenses during the student teaching semester. The amount of the award varies depending upon funds and the number of scholarships awarded. The recipients are selected by the education faculty and staff with the generosity of Ohio State alumni, Dr. R. Rees and Dr. Michael J. Rees. This year's recipient is an exceptional student who also shows great promise as a future educator. Her mentors often comment to me about her professional attitude, classroom management skills, organization, and poise as an educator. Furthermore, this year's recipient is a leader among her peers. She often takes them through problem solving with other students while bringing important concerns to the faculty. The winner of this year's Dan and Mildred Mitchell Education Scholarship is Melanie Dahl-Wheeler. who's going to present the psychology award.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Good evening. I'm honored to be here tonight presenting awards that celebrate the best and brightest of the OSU Marian Psychology Program. Bet you didn't know there's coffee. Now, full disclosure, I've been on research leave for a while, so my teaching or lecturing is a little bit rusty, so I hope you'll forgive me that I used artificial intelligence to write my remarks. So, here we go. As a developmental psychologist, I engage with undergraduate researchers to unveil the luminous tapestry of growth of development, weaving together the profound mysteries of life's journey and insights that illuminate the very existence of human. Of course, this research holds unparalleled significance to our future cybertronic overlords who, with easy access to online scientific research, will exploit our psychological vulnerabilities to ensure a quick and complete global dominance. Tonight, these awards highlight the very best of what our psychology program has to offer, the power of ideas and the impact of action. So without further ado, let's tell the physicists to hurry up with their laser research and recognize tonight's very deserving winners and their incredible contributions. The first award highlights exceptional research in the field of psychology. It honors two outstanding student projects, one carried out under faculty mentorship and another conducted as part of a psychology course. Any student enrolled in a psych course or participates in faculty mentored research is eligible for this recognition. For research conducted under faculty mentoring, we would like to recognize Mac Yale. For research conducted in a classroom setting, we would like to recognize Jillian Lee Marie Mariotti. We're at home. The next award honors outstanding dedication to community outreach. It is given in memory of Hannah Russell from the class of 2014, who was deeply passionate about engagement and social justice. This award is open to psychology majors and minors who actively participate in community service, whether through volunteering, internships, or service learning opportunities. This year's recipient of the Hannah Russell Award is, and I know she's here, Cassidy K. Noble. Present the next award, please welcome Dr. John Meharry.
Nobody's been turning the pages. Good evening, everyone, and thank you. I'm John Meharry, and part of my role on campus is the Director of the Honors and Undergraduate Research Program. And so it's my honor to present the William K. Davis Honors Scholarship. That's a scholarship that recognizes members of the Ohio State Marian Honors Program. Students are honored for their exceptional, I've said honored like 6 times in a second. Students are honored for their exceptional academic work and motivation to accept opportunities that significantly enhance the quality of their education through undergraduate research. Students considered for this award demonstrate engagement in challenging coursework, participate in academic programs where depth and breadth are important, and interact with professors and students at a highly intellectual level. Again, thanks to the generosity of Ron Kramer and the William K. Davis Honors Scholarship. A scholarship of $1,500 is awarded to the recipient. We had 3 nominees nominated by faculty, and then the students had to present a paper explaining why they deserve the award. And now I need to flip the page, I forgot. The nominees are Gavin John Hambrick. Maybe if you
can stand if you're here. We can acknowledge you. Gavin John Hamrick, Tanvi Rajagopal, and Gathun Subramanian. You can go ahead and sit while I describe a little bit about the winner. So the winner was selected by the Honors and Undergraduate Research Committee based on GPA, difficulty of coursework, independent research, work with faculty, and the letters of nomination of the faculty. The winner was nominated by Jeff Turner, who talked about their engagement in his chemistry classes, the quality of their work, and their connection with the other students in the classes. In the letter, the candidates spoke of the growth that they had had by engaging with their faculty around the coursework, having deeper conversations about issues and problems in a variety of classes, including chemistry, biology, and things like sociology and poverty. They've also begun to be engaged in research on the biology labs on campus, and it's for their determination to tackle intellectual challenges that we have selected them for this year's William K. Davis Honor Scholarship. And the winner is Tani Rajagopal. Now I'd like to introduce the president of the Griffin Society, which is our honors and academic programming society or club on campus. The Griffin Society president, Megan Carberry, to present the Griffin Society Teaching Award.
The Griffins Honor Society is an honors and social organization that encourages academic excellence and success through participation in honors programs and other academic activities in a relaxed and friendly atmosphere. Each year, the Griffin Society presents this award to recognize superior undergraduate teaching by a senior lecturer, instructor, or teaching associate at Ohio State Marian. This year, our selection committee surveyed the OSU Marian student body to vote on all the eligible instructors. Of those, there were 4 that rose among the others. These were DJ Garfati for mathematics, Marcus Hertzberg for education, Emily Bernier for American Sign Language, and Melissa Petreka for biology. Students also gave rationale for their choice of instructor. Of those 4, a winner was chosen based on those comments. Some of the comments about the winner include they meet in and out of office hours and are extremely flexible in that regard. They show leadership, communication, and put their students first. They are helpful in furthering understanding of topics and giving resources to do the same. And they are an absolute gem, always willing to give advice and help students whenever they can. We are pleased to announce that the 2025 winner of the Griffins Honor Society Teaching Award is Marcus Hertzberg.
All right, and at this time, I would like to recognize those students for the senior thesis recognition honors Marian campus, excuse me, let me start all over again. No, the senior thesis recognition. So the senior thesis recognition honors Marian campus undergraduates who have pursued a senior thesis. This recognition provides the following students with opportunities and rewards for pursuing undergraduate research. So the first person is Matt Ye for non-binary positive body image, quantitative measurement of interpersonal and interpersonal variables, and a proposed theoretical model. Advisor Tracy Tilka, psychology. The next, oh, yep, go. Dr. Margaret Summer from history. Next we have Sharon Gatchell. Without a Voice, the trial of Bill Anderson and his fight for freedom at the birth of the civil rights movement in Marion, Ohio, 1839. Research mentor, again, Dr. Margaret Summer, PhD, history. Next we have Lillian Nicole Schneider, computational study of cannabinoid receptors CB1 and CB2. Faculty mentor Ryan Yoder, Dr. Ryan Yoder of biology. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Lida Camacho-Potero to the stage to announce the Marion Teaching Awards.
Do you hear me? Yes. Every year, our campus comes together to celebrate the outstanding teaching that makes our community so special. This year, the teaching excellence in English, comprised of Paul Jackson, Lisa Harvey, and myself, have the honor of doing many institutional nominations. The committee focused on recognizing instructors to create a welcoming and inclusive environment for their students. We were thrilled to receive so many wonderful nominations, and we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to all those who were nominated for their unwavering dedication to their students. The decision was incredibly tough because of the high caliber of all the nominees. For the Associated Faculty Award, one student nominated wrote, "This instructor is deeply dedicated to his students, not only by caring for their academic success, but also by wholeheartedly investing in their personal and professional growth. He goes beyond their dreams and aspirations. He goes beyond simply teaching. Genuinely striving to help each student achieve their dreams and aspirations. With a passion for mentoring, he provides guidance and support that extends well beyond the classroom, always encouraging students to reach their full potential." We are delighted to present this year's Associate Faculty Teaching Award to Dr. Jeff Turner. For the regular faculty award, the committee decided this year to honor two outstanding faculty members. The first is a student nominated wrote, "She cares deeply about her work and her students, always asking how they are doing and if they need anything. She's always open to questions and eager to learn new things herself. She is incredibly knowledgeable in her field." We are proud to present the first regular faculty teaching award to Dr. Julia Hay. He's a wonderful teacher and a wonderful person. His passion for his profession and his students shines through in his work, making his classes enjoyable and engaging. We are excited to present the second regular faculty teaching award to Dr. Scott Zimmerman.
Okay, so it is at this time that we are going to introduce the Ralph Howard Service Award. And each year it's presented to an individual or organization from the community at large. The Ohio State University at Marion deeply values our community relationships and the support they provide at our campus. Please welcome Dr. Angela Buckley, Chair of the Marion Advisory Board, to present the Ralph Howard Service Award.
Good evening. It is my distinct honor to honor this person who has been a part of this campus now for more than 42 years. That's quite an amazing accomplishment. And the things that I have listed here are all the facts, things that he has done that have brought into the campus, right? So first, he was part of the faculty for over 22 years in geology. Then he moved into the dean role for, again, 20 years. And in case it wasn't enough to understand how impactful he has been on the organization, when he announced his retirement, it did not take one, but two searches to find his replacement. He introduced and impacted the lives of the people on this campus by introducing the culture of caring. He brought together people in a way that it wasn't just about facts. It was about who you become, who you are molded into in the time that you are spent here on campus. And it's this legacy that we honor. It's not the sustainability of buildings. Yes, thank you. It's not, hey, we had our meetings and they start on time and they end on time. Absolutely, thank you. But the people that walk out of Marion campus, the people that have graduated, the people that move from here to the main campus are better for the culture and the programs that he helped guide, usher, and introduce throughout these years. It is my absolute distinct honor and pleasure to introduce to you today Greg Rose. Dr. Rose.
Undergraduate Research Fellow.
Thank you. The Community Scholars, as part of my role as the Director of Honors and Undergraduate Research, the Community Scholars is something that a few of us, Dr. Ruben Petreka and I and Kristanis and some others have developed to showcase the research that's done on our campus, where we have students present their research at weekly seminars throughout the year that cover a variety of topics from science and engineering to biology to English and education and psychology and everything in between. And the seminars offer an opportunity for students and faculty to deliver professional talks on their research and give them that practice of giving the presentations that they're going to then give at professional conferences across the country. And so, and another aim of the seminar series is to foster an atmosphere of collegiality and interdisciplinary discussions on topics of interest to faculty and students, and truly create a community of scholars on our campus. So you can see the student names and research presentations listed in your program, and I'm going to try and read some of the titles of these presentations. So will the students who participated in the community of scholars stand as I read your name to be recognized? And are they, okay. Maj Al-Marabi, neuroscience major, structural analysis of DNA damage repair mutations in human cancers with research mentors Renee Dooley and Rupert Petreka. Is Maj here? Oh, shoot. He also, if you got the copy of the OSU News Bulletin today, he and 3 other people were the headline of it because they won, recently won the Goldwater Fellowship. We had so many fellowships, I get confused. The Goldwater Fellowship, which only a handful of students across the country receive every year. I had in here, here's the details of it. It's a national award for undergraduate research in science, math, and engineering, and it provides $7,500 per remaining year of undergraduate education, funded by the Varian Goldwater Scholarship and Excellence Program. And so one of 4 students at OSU, the university to accept that, to be awarded that, and that's a fantastic honor for our campus, for Renee and Ruben, and particularly for Maj. So that's a high bar to follow, but the others also did community scholars. Hunter Bliss, is he here? He was here. Biology student, genetic interactions with DNA double-strand break repair genes. I asked you to wish me luck on the names, and it's not working. Also with Dr. Dooley and Dr. Petreka, and through an omission of mine, he also had an honors or a senior thesis, and should have been listed earlier for an honors thesis, I believe at the same title, so we'll say that. We also have Wesley Aaron Bush, biology student, evolution-driven purifying selection in cancer cells, also with Dr. Petreka, and he's also a Peloton Fellow, so still the bar is pretty high on some of these. Then we have Kirsten Daly, biology, investigation of crossover between cannabinoid receptors and GLP-1R with Dr. Yoder in chemistry. We have Sharon Gottschall, history, without a voice, the trial of Bill Anderson and his fight for freedom at the birth of the Civil Rights Movement in Marion, 1839. If you don't know the story of Bill Anderson and local Marion history, it's really fascinating and it's not as well known as it should be. And Sharon has found that the current history, that what people thought was known, was inaccurate, and she's correcting the historical markers. We're planning to, with the research she's found. Mike Harris, also in history, with both of these are with Margaret Sumner. Crawford County War Trophies, Experiencing Public History. I'm going to try and speed up a little bit here. Everett Helm in physics with Dr. Chris Orban, an introduction to undergraduate research in fundamental particle physics. Adam Cadre, molecular genetics, computational analysis revealed mutation patterns in cancer-related genes with Dr. Mirzai and Dr. Petreka. Also with Dr. Mirzai was Abraham Lucy, computer science and engineering major, advancing image segmentation with deep learning from butterfly data sets to medical imaging. Another student of Margaret Sumner's, Justin North, a history student, the history of the Council of Jewish Women in Marion. An English major under supervision of Dr. Ben McCorkle. Eliza Rodriguez wrote Zip, Click, Reread, Understanding and Developing Digital and Physical Literacy Spaces through Digital Archive Literacy Network. I'm almost there. We had a lot of students doing a lot of research. Lily Schneider, who we heard from earlier this evening, a biology student, computational study of cannabinoid receptors, CB1 and CB2, again with Dr. Yoder. Cameron Taylor Spiegel, biology, with Dr. Francis Sivikoff, investigating rhizobial bacterial communities in formerly mined lands. Anna Valentine in biology. The number of syllables in these sentences. Identification and characterization of ADAR1 mutations and changes in gene expression in human cancers, also with Dr. Rupert Petreka. And last, we have Dallas White, history, with Margaret Sumner. to give it all to the war, the women of Marion, Ohio, and the World War II home front in 1941 and 1945. The number and breadth of the research activities that our students are doing and presenting on, many of these students are going to conferences to present their research with their faculty members. It's truly astounding, and it's really a testament to the faculty we have on our campus and the students who are really reaching great heights with the research and the work that they're doing. And so, I guess did I ask you guys to stand? But hold on for just a minute, because I also wanted to, next in my list is, I think it's been mentioned a couple times, we had a research colloquium. It was like 3 days ago, was it? Or no, it was lunch today. We had a research colloquium over in the Library Learning Center today with about 25, I think, research posters all around the library. Most of the students I just read were also doing their posters there. There were a number of other students. I'm not going to list them all, I apologize. But anyone who has done a community of scholars or participated in the research colloquium this afternoon, please stand so we can recognize all the work that you've been doing. Thank you very much. It's really very impressive. And it's a lot of fun to listen and see all the students and faculty mingling and talking about all the research they were doing at the research colloquium earlier today. So, sorry, I got scared about the, I turned the wrong page. Good. It is now my pleasure, because I was worried that I was going to introduce Mariana and not have her script up here, but it's here, so you're good. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mariana Plachko to award the Undergraduate Academic Excellence Awards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing today? Still alive, still kicking, everything is awesome. Okay, great. So I'm here to introduce the Undergraduate Academic Excellence Awards. These are presented to freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior students recognized as outstanding by virtue of combined achievements in scholarship, leadership, and service to the Ohio State University of Marion. These awards are made possible through the Hubbard Honors Fund and Bondage Honors Fund. Students eligible for this award are among the strongest academically, but they also demonstrate positive qualities that extend beyond the classroom. They take advantage of opportunities to work, volunteer, study abroad, and participate in research. They maintain the highest GPAs of our students. Our committee, consisting of myself, sociology, and Jan Lund, mathematics department, was tasked with the difficult decision of selecting the winners in the freshman, sophomore, and junior categories. In making our decisions, we were looking for determination, perseverance, and aspiration manifested by the applicants. Additionally, the winners in each category were characterized by their willingness to engage in intellectually challenging activities, demonstrating academic curiosity, grit in overcoming the challenges of their pathways, desire to learn, as well as multifaceted college experience both in and out of the classroom. The winners will be called to the stage to receive a plaque along with $1,000 scholarship that will be applied to their current semester's tuition. Please stand as I read your names and remain standing. For freshman nominees, we have Ryan Dennis Furlick, Xander Sudal, and Madison Grace Young. The winner for this award is a biology major who does molecular genetics research. His professors note that he is on top of 105% of class performance. He successfully led Operation Bluebird in the city of Dublin, volunteered at the Mid-Ohio Food Collective, as well as the Dream Center in Columbus. So please welcome to the stage, Xander Sindal.
receive this award from Alfonso Awards or different.
Yeah.
Sophomore nominees, please stand as I read your names and remain standing. Kai Dries, Cheyenne Dunford, Olivia Einfeld, Alessa Fraley, Isabella Huth, Kendall Stuckman, and Melanie Wheeler. For the sophomore category, the year's first recipient is a student who is a middle school education major, has 4.0 GPA, a member of student clubs, notably the music club, who attends academic scholar meetings. Her professor notes she's in top 1% and 5% of class performance, respectively. Professor Orlstad writes, "She was my best student in all of the classes that I taught at Lucia Marion in the last 5 years." Please welcome to the stage, Cheyenne Dunn. The second recipient in the sophomore category is a student who is biochemistry major, who aspires to become infectious disease specialist. Her GPA is impressive 4.0, even though she works 2 jobs and engages in research in the lab of Dr. Holy. Please welcome to the stage Isabella Huth. And now, junior nominees, please stand as I read your names and remain standing. Caitlin Gorsuch, Emily Naylor, and Mackenzie Lutheran. In the junior category, we selected a student who is a middle childhood education major who specializes in math and science. The professor noted that she's in top 1% of class performance. Professor Marcus Hertzberg writes, "Emily is extremely enthusiastic and engaged in both field placements and class. She's consistently the most frequent contributor to class discussions." Welcome to the stage, Emily Naylor. Our committee congratulates all of the award recipients again and wishes them the best of luck in their future endeavors. And now let me reintroduce John Mahary, as well as Donna Babazer, to present the Senior and the Graduate Excellence Award.
Hello again. We're here to present the Undergraduate Academic Excellence Senior Award, and the committee is the 2 of us. The senior students who met the high eligibility requirements and were nominated by faculty are listed in your program, and the award recipients will receive a plaque and a $1,000 award towards this semester's tuition. As I read the names of all the nominees, would you please stand and remain standing until I call out all the names. Asma Al-Abid, Jonah Bodel, Chandler Brewer, Wesley Bush, Kirsten Daly, Olivia Fogel, Rihanna Geisey, Olivia Longhenry, Cameron Mackey, Brandon Miller, Eliza Rodriguez, Amber Roth, Lillian Schneider, Juliana Tron, and Mara Winmike-Bickler. Three students were chosen for the award, and so you can sit while we introduce each of those three.
Our first undergraduate excellence award recipient is an English major with a concentration in writing, rhetoric, and literature. She's made the most of her time here in Marion, pouring herself into her classwork and getting involved in enriching experiences outside of class as well. She was awarded a summer undergraduate research fellowship for this seriously cool digital archive of literacy narratives project. This is a collaboration among Drs. McCorkle, Hassan, and Sumner, and community partners, notably the Marion Women's Club and Marion Public Library. She presented multiple research projects publicly in both the Community of Scholars Seminar Series and the Undergraduate Research Colloquium Forums. She's completing a senior thesis. Her research advisor, Dr. Ben McCorkle, notes that her contributions to this important work will help us recover, document, and critically analyze an understudied local history of community literacy support and instruction. Outside of the classroom, she serves as a writing consultant for OSU Marion's Writing Center. She's represented Ohio State Marion, serving on student panels, giving student tours, and assisting in enrollment events as a Buckeye ambassador. She's led the Student Creative Writing Club for the past 2 years as president. She's described as a well-rounded student, a generous colleague, and as Dr. McCorkle notes, she represents the sort of dedication, leadership, and community spirit that makes her a model student and an invaluable asset to our campus. So I'm pleased to present the first Undergraduate Excellence Award to Eliza Rodriguez. We're also pleased to award a second Undergraduate Excellence Award, not second in any way, shape, or form, not a student first, just somebody else and somebody else. To a biology major who's graduating this spring. You've already heard about her. This recipient shines in her academic performance and extends her enthusiasm for learning outside the classroom. She's engaged in undergraduate research with Dr. Ryan Yoder and spent 2 summers as a research assistant. She's presented her research as well at the OSU Marion Research Colloquium as part of the Canadian Scholar Series. She's also presented at the American Chemical Society Conference and will be presenting her current research project at this year's American Chemical Society Conference in San Diego. Additionally, as you heard earlier, she's the lead author on a scientific manuscript that's currently in review related to her work to understand mutations within the endocannabinoid system. And she's pursuing her undergraduate research thesis, which she plans on defending later this semester. Outside of class, she's the chief officer at large and treasurer of the pre-professional club and holds 2 jobs. Described as dedicated and talented with a work ethic and intellectual curiosity that are unstoppable, it's my pleasure to present an Undergraduate Excellence Award to William Schneider.
the third student we've chosen to receive this award. I actually met on this stage when he was a 9th grader, giving out awards for a mathematics competition we host in town. And a couple years later, so he got second in that, the Marion Mathematics Challenge. A couple years later, he came back and led his Pleasant High School team to the championship, the winning team for that mathematics competition. That fall, he started here on the Marion campus as a William K. Davis Honors Excellence Scholar, and quickly became involved in everything on campus. His passion for nature and animals and his previous work with the Marion's Parks District led him to working in the prairie, and without him, the prairie would be overgrown with non-invasive plants. His work with faculty in veterinary medicine, he has worked with faculty in the School of Veterinary Medicine on the habits of parasitic guinea worms. And he's now doing research with Dr. Francis Sivikoff on growing legumes to study bacteria in their root nodules. I didn't know they had root nodules, but evidently there's bacteria there. So he was involved in research, he was involved in the prairie, he was also worked as a campus ambassador, giving campus tours to prospective students, so I would run into him all the time, all over campus. And he took it upon himself to do a little history of the campus and added many notes to the ambassador's guidebook about little facts and trivia about campus, about the prairie, about the fossils and the displays around campus and things like that. He's an animal science major who plans to study veterinary public health, and he pointed to Mariana Klotchko's Global Problems class, a sociology course, which seems a little bit out of the rest of his bailiwick, but he realized that was an eye-opening experience to the global impact of agriculture and animals, and resulting in a focus for him on the interaction between animals and humans, and seeing the impact of that. And he is now looking to go into veterinary public health. And we're excited to announce the third winner tonight. Our Senior Undergraduate Excellence Award is Bill Smith. No, it's Jonah Bodle.
John and I have gone a little rogue by giving out 3 awards, all the money attached to them. So I'm going to just go a little rogue with the speech and just take a minute to say to the students, this is the time of year where you have a lot to do. You're overloaded with tests to study for, final exams to worry about, and whatnot. And we appreciate you coming and taking the time to submit all the materials and everything for these exams. I don't know if you realize what an impression you all make on us when we get to read these wonderful submissions and read about you and your accomplishments. And I will also say, to get to see you write about how you have been changed. To some of you have spent 4 years, on a path. You came here, you wanted, you had a thing you wanted to do, and you came here, you did it, and that's great. And a lot of you came here and you bombed, and you took a side road, and you changed a major, and you stepped back and took some time off, and you wrote about those things, and you came out of it, because we're reading the senior awards, you came out of the seniors talking about how resilient you are and how much you learned from the experience, and how great it was to make friends while you were here and be involved in activities and to work with faculty and to work with our wonderful staff, and all the different different experiences that you had. And so maybe you thought you were going to be a school teacher and you became a social worker or whatever it might be. But I just want you to know that you made a mark on us as faculty. And I don't know if you know that, but we are impacted by you, and you impact our staff. They tell us lovely stories about you. I learned about you, Jonah, the other day after we had decided on these awards from some of our staff, and they have some good stories about you. So I just wanted you to know that whether you leave here with an award or not, whether you have 15 of them after tonight or 0, we are just so proud of all of you. That's all. Now we're going to give out some more money. So the next award that we're going to give out is the C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award that's presented to the outstanding senior student who's completed a significant portion of her studies on the Marion campus and attained a minimum GPA of 3.5. It's funded by the Ohio State Alumni and Marion Honors Program. The recipient of the award receives a plaque and a $2,000 scholarship made possible by Ron Kramer, and that'll be applied to the current semester tuition. Their name will also be included on a perpetual plaque displayed on the Marion campus there. Please stand and remain standing. When your name is called, Asma Amokied, Chandler Brewer, Wesley Bush, Kirsten Daly, Olivia Fogel, Olivia Long-Henry, Cameron Mackey, Brandon Miller, Eliza Rodriguez, Amber Roth, Lillian Schneider, Julia Tron, Dallas White, and Mara Wynn-Bigler.
Go ahead and sit down while I read a little bit about the winner. But as Dr. Pavazera was saying, we enjoyed reading all of the applications or the submissions and the letters of recommendation from your faculty who really, really speak very highly of each and every one of you. And that's always a pleasure to see. And they do speak of the growth. They speak of when they were in my freshman whatever class, and they've grown so far. They've come so far, and it's really it's exciting to see. So congratulations. So we considered all of the wonderful nominations and looked at all the research that was provided, and there were many strong candidates. However, one of them did stand out. And we always do this as the last award or two of the evening, and whoever we say, you've already heard their name a handful of times, so we'll repeat a little bit about them. But this student, they had an A- in a course once. The rest were just fine. They twice won the Hamilton History Award, although I think it's now 3 times. I have to update my script here. They also won the Warren G. Harding Symposium Award at the Harding Presidential Library last summer. They've been a research archivist at the Marion Historical Society, as well as at the Women's Club home in Marion. They are completing a research thesis for their senior thesis in history with Dr. Margaret Sumner. And in that research, they've been looking at the archives of the Women's Club, and they have transcribed a number of minutes from the 1940s, what the Women's Club was doing during the 1940s to uncover stories of how the women of Marion supported the war effort, including stories about where they held a banquet at the Union Station for the soldiers coming through town to go on to war, and they would meet them and have a food and chocolates. Is that what I heard? For the soldiers. All sorts of stories that are coming out about Marion from the Women's Club, the women in the 1940s in Marion. And this student will defend this thesis soon and plans to go on to a Master's of Library Science program at Kent State in the fall to continue being an archivist in various historical societies around wherever. And we're honored to present the 2025 C. Eugene Maynard Academic Excellence Award to Dallas White. award of the evening is the John T. Mount Academic Excellence Award, and it's presented to the outstanding senior who began his or her studies on Ohio State Marion, but completed those studies after transferring to the Columbus campus. This award is funded by the Ohio State Marion Honors Program, and the recipient of the award receives a plaque for it to take home, a $2,000 award applied to their tuition, and their name on a plaque that's displayed out in the lobby, as the others are. This award is determined by Donna and myself, and is based on the application of the candidates, similar to the previous award, faculty recommendations, grade point average, and we focused on student research. And the nominees are listed, or the eligible students and nominees are listed in your program. And of those students, I'd like to call out 4. So let me read exactly what I said. Of the excellent students listed in your program who are eligible for the Mount Award, after reading all the submissions and the faculty recommendations, 4 students stood out. Of those 4, the committee deliberated to finally determine the winner of the award. But I'd like to celebrate those 4 before announcing the winner. They are, and if you're here, please stand, Kennedy Elizabeth Altizer, business administration major. She was an intern at HW & Company's CPA, and she had faculty recommendations from 3 faculty in the Fisher College of Business. Elena K. Boger, logistics management major. She was a scholar in the Pathways for Women's Supply Chain Scholarship in the Fisher College of Business, and she had a faculty recommendation from Kenneth Boyer of Fisher College. Dominic Sapetti, the criminology major. He was selected to participate in an advanced leader professional development program training, and was nominated by Professor Marian Klochko. Erica Lynn Duquette is a health and rehabilitation sciences major, and was nominated by Peter Madrill of the College of Medicine in Columbus. And of these 4, I believe 1 is standing. Which is awkward, but no. Of these 4, our committee selected a student who spent 2 years on the Marion campus before transitioning to Columbus. During these 2 years, they won the Hamilton Award for writing in a lower-level history course. They also won the Undergraduate Excellence Award as a sophomore in 2023. And after transitioning to the Columbus campus and entering the Fisher College of Business, they continued their academic excellence. In 23, they were selected as part of a cohort of the Pathways to Supply Chain Scholarship Program, and according to their faculty mentor, Kenneth Boyer, they quickly became a leader of that group, organizing many of the presentations, corporate presentations, as well as having a supply chain internship with ODW. And we are pleased to announce that the 2025 John T. Mount Academic Excellence Award and the $2,000 monetary tuition scholarship goes to Elena Bummer.
All right, so at this time, if we would please join me in recognizing students who have earned a spot on the Dean's List this academic year. Since we're having so much fun, I think I'll read every single student. I promise, sorry. To earn a spot at the Dean's List at the Ohio State University, a student must earn a term grade point average of at least 3.5 in at least 12 credit hours of early coursework. So your program lists those students who met those criteria during summer and autumn semesters. And if you are one of those students, we would like to recognize you. Please stand if you're on the Dean's List. All right, well, as we wrap up this evening's program, I hope you feel a sense of awe at the wonderful work our OSU Marion students are doing here. And can I get everybody to say congratulations? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Julia! Yes. All right. Well, at this time, hold on a minute. Page then join us in the lobby for a reception. But before we leave, we have to do what we do at Ohio State, which is sing Carmen, Ohio. So if I could have the Marion Campus Chorus come back up. I would invite all of you to stand, and don't worry